viewer hears a short story about the scenario you described, please note that this story contains sensitive themes related to forced surrogacy. Arya stared out the window of the luxurious penthouse, her hand resting on her swollen belly. At just 19, she felt trapped in a gilded cage, her dreams of college and independence shattered by her stepmother's cruel machinations. It had begun 6 months ago, when Arya's father passed away unexpectedly. With no will in place, her stepmother Vivian gained control of the family's modest assets and Arya's fate. Drowning in debt and desperate to maintain her lavish lifestyle, Vivian saw an opportunity in Arya's youth and beauty. Enter Marcus Rothschild, heir to a banking fortune and desperate for an heir of his own. A rare genetic condition left him unable to father children naturally, and his family's strict traditions demanded a biological heir. When Vivian approached him with an offer, Arya as a surrogate, in exchange for enough money to clear Vivian's debts, Marcus agreed without hesitation. Arya fought against the arrangement, but Vivian's threats were clear. Comply, or be thrown out on the street with nothing. With no other family and nowhere to turn, Arya found herself trapped in a contract she never agreed to, her body no longer her own. Now, as she felt the baby kick within her, Arya's emotions warred between resentment and a growing attachment to the innocent life she carried. Marcus visited regularly, his excitement palpable, as he planned for the child's future. He treated Arya kindly, but she couldn't forget that her consent had never been given. As her due date approached, Arya began to formulate a plan. She'd overheard Marcus discussing the trust fund he'd set up for the baby, a fund that would be accessible to the child's guardian. In the eyes of the law, that guardian was her. The day she gave birth, Arya held her son for the first and last time. With tears in her eyes, she signed the papers transferring custody to Marcus. But as soon as she was able, she contacted a lawyer in secret. Months later, Arya stood before a judge, presenting evidence of the coercion and illegal contract that had led to her surrogacy. The court ruled in her favor, granting her access to the trust fund as the child's biological mother. With newfound financial independence, Arya left her stepmother's house forever. She couldn't undo the past, but she could forge a new future, one where she reclaimed control of her life and worked to heal from the trauma she'd endured. As for her son, Arya made a difficult choice. She knew Marcus would provide a loving home, and she wasn't ready to be a mother. Instead, she set up a fund for the boy's future education and left open the possibility of connecting when he was older. It wasn't a perfect ending, but it was a beginning, a chance for Arya to reclaim her autonomy and build the life she'd always dreamed of.